remember years ago reading the book by Peter Mayer, Ruling the Void, and I would recommend anyone who hasn't read it to read that, discussing the decline of participation in political systems, the decline of membership in political parties, the kind of erosion of social institutions and so on, and all of that process that has led to the hollowing out of our democracy. But I would just make the point that it is happening. When you speak to people in Spain and in France and in Germany and in Italy and in Greece, they describe the same phenomenon in very similar terms to the one that we experience in Britain today and the one that my comrades in America experience. And I think the fundamental question about the democracy, it can't be solved by a system, although there are definitely better and more democratic systems. I'm not opposed to that. But it can't be solved by just a systemic change to the kind of way of voting. You have to change what we're voting on. And actually, the hollowing out of democracy follows directly from the fact that there's been a reduction in the sphere of public ownership, which means a reduction in the sphere of the most important economic aspects that you can vote on in an election. Year by year by year, the market, which is an anti-democratic force, has controlled more and more of our society and more of what structures people's daily lives. And actually, governments, or the public ownership at least, has control less and less. And until you change that process, until you give people meaningful power in their vote to change the places they work in, the public services they get, you're not actually going to deal with the fundamental democratic frustrations that people have. But I don't disagree that there are far better and more democratic systems than the one Britain has at the moment, and that there are pluses to the proportional representation system.